What's going on, guys? It's Mr. DEBT Joe Lorick from the Money Etiquette Group here from the backyard. I'm not in the car due to the coronavirus pandemic. I'm not out and about like I usually am. I've been working from home, and I know I haven't made as many videos as I typically had in the past, but it's because of not just the coronavirus, it's also because I'm working on a political campaign. But nevertheless, I'm here today to talk about a very important subject. I don't see a lot of videos and information being released about this. I hear a lot of people talking about when are we going back to school, when are we getting checks, the stimulus checks. I hear so many different topics being brought up, but rarely do I hear people speaking about the aftermath, the end game, what to do when the coronavirus pandemic has calmed down, because it's not going away in terms of the coronavirus, the new version of it. No, I don't think it'll ever be eradicated. In fact, my prediction is by 2021 we'll have regular vaccinations for this version of the coronavirus. But when it comes to when things will calm down and get back to normal, that's the real question. People want to know, when will we get back to normal? When will we get back to things just like the way they were in the past? Well, here's my answer. I don't know the date, I don't know the time, but I will say this. The whole movement to flatten the curve, that is relevant in terms of normalcy, not in terms of when the coronavirus 19 is going anywhere, COVID-19. It's more about when things are going to get back to normal business-wise. If you look at the efforts and what's going on around us, it's not so much to keep everyone from ever getting or contracting the virus. It really is about making sure that everyone doesn't get sick at the same time, because hospitals will become overrun, and they're already at max capacity in places like New York City, where you have 35,000 confirmed cases, probably close to 50 now. And not to mention, that's an undercount, because it's probably more like 100,000 plus just in New York City by itself. But what we need to be focused on, again, is the aftermath. Because if you focus on that, then you can understand how you could set up your investments. If you're a day trader, you're looking day to day, I get that. But if you're looking at long-term investment, if you're looking at even over 1 year, you need to focus on the aftermath of coronavirus. Think of it like this. More than likely, kids are probably out of school for the rest of the year. So that means that normal life can't return until they go back to school. No matter what else is done, until they get back onto a normal school schedule, things cannot get back to normal. Until people can go out in the masses and do their jobs and become where everyone's essential instead of you have non-essentials and essentials, we can't get back to normal. So I don't care how much we hear about the stimulus checks that are coming. The details are not out yet because the House hasn't passed it, and it can be changed. I don't care about how many people get those checks. I'm not saying that they're irrelevant, but what I'm saying is when it comes to measuring when the economy will get back to normal, the stimulus will not determine when the economy gets back to normal, because it can't handle what's really happening. I mean, we're in historical times. Never before have we seen something like this happen in terms of people that are living today. Okay, if someone that maybe was a kid during the Great Depression, they may be 100 plus years old, they may be, they're up there right now, but there aren't a ton of people on earth that lived through that, and when that happened, they probably were children. So what we're going through is unprecedented, and we need to understand that any expert, any person that says they can tell you an exact date, time on anything, they're phony. I mean, I will say what I've said in the past has come true. Yes, before this happened, I said we were going to enter a recession in 2020. I didn't say what the cause was going to be, because I never know. It's just timing-wise is how it works. I said last January to prepare for this. I said last August to get ready for this. I said to reduce your monthly expenses by 15, 20, 30%. I said to take your profits out of the market and set it to the side into something stable, so that when the recession is over, or when it reaches a bottom, you can buy up a bunch of real estate. You can buy up as many stocks as you want. You can pretty much have fun. And every time these things happen in history, each time this happens, a small group of people have a huge come up. So I want all of us to have a come up, and I tried to help with that, but that doesn't matter today. See, what matters today is what steps can you take while the time is still here to do so, to take advantage of when the market hits the bottom. And again, we're nowhere near the bottom. I would say at the earliest you might see August. Don't get confused by these daily up and downs. By 3 days straight, we went up 2,000 points or 1,000 points. Listen, guys, we're far from past this pandemic. The impact is far from over. We'll probably feel it into 2021. There's going to be a restructure of business. Okay, those that are aligned with 5G, even though some people say this is the cause, but nevertheless, those that are aligned with 5G in terms of technology and business, they're going to do well, even 5G companies. Those that are helpful when it comes to teleworking, helpful, good. Those that help with the new norm where we don't have to meet people in person, I'm talking about professionals like health, medical, I'm talking about mental health professionals, I'm talking about people that instruct yoga and with physical education, people that can help you, they can do so remotely. This is going to be a new norm. We're getting used to it as we speak. So look for your future investments based on what aligns with the present and the future, not the past. Too often we get stuck on the past and we believe that's going to work. That's the way that we can just go back to what we invested in the past. You know, you have to look at our future and our current norm and see what really works. A couple industries that should do well. I mean, I already said tech, communications, they're going to do well. You know, the merger between Sprint and T-Mobile is still going to happen. Right now is the time to put together your grocery list of stocks and companies you want to invest in. Don't wait until the market hits the bottom and then decide, oh, I'm going to jump in and buy stuff without proper preparation, without having the information. Look at the environment today and see who's the winners and who are the losers. Who exceeds in homeschooling? After this, more parents will choose, I guarantee you, to homeschool their children. After this, more classes are going to be available online. More employers will encourage teleworking. Holographic technology, I spoke about it before. It's going to be a bigger thing. Being able to watch something in your house rather than going to an arena. Digital currency, it's a real thing. It's going to happen. The government's speaking about it. You have a few advocates in Congress that speak about it. But ultimately, we said this thing is coming. It's going to affect the cryptocurrency market. It's going to cause more of a consolidation of cryptocurrency, similar to what happened in the dot-com era. You had so many dot-com companies, and then a few made it out and were really successful. That's going to happen in cryptocurrency. XRP, that's one I'm betting on. Pay attention to what's going to come. Don't pay too much attention to what's happening today. Oh, X amount of people died, X amount of people are getting sick. It's here. Accept it as the new norm. Accept that this is our current state of living and think about what happens afterwards. For those who are expecting to get stimulus checks, don't plan for the stimulus check. Plan as if you're not going to receive it, even if you know you're going to receive it. Because that money could be the money you use to buy stocks, invest in real estate when the market hits the bottom. Because again, it has not yet. We're just in the first quarter of this pandemic. We're not at the end. But when it is over, there's going to be a rapid ascension when it comes to stocks, real estate, and you want timing-wise to buy at the bottom before it becomes too expensive again. That's the key to investing. That's what you need to pay attention to. And you can tell me something different in the comment section if you like. You can put your own opinion. Go ahead, put it there. Let me know what you think. In fact, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to do that and like it. Share the video. Tell me what you think. Tell me what your experts think. But I will say this, I don't care who you are. I don't care how many books you read. We're dealing with a time frame where the blueprint for success is being built because we have not operated in these conditions. This is new. None of us are experts in this condition. We're just trying to do things and make it work. That means that you shouldn't be so hesitant to make moves either. Do what you feel is best, but do your homework. And when I mean your homework, just use common sense and ask yourself what's going to do well in 2020 and 2021 after this coronavirus pandemic calms down and we're dealing with vaccinations on a yearly basis. Don't just run to pharmaceuticals because you think it makes sense. Don't just run to streaming because you think it makes sense. Align with the right companies. It'll help more than it hurts you. All right, guys, I have more coming in the future. In the next few days, when they release the details of the stimulus package, I'll break that down. We can go over what's what, who gets what money, and what it really means, including will it be taxed later, and what's the real cost of this stimulus package. Remember, this package that's coming out is meant to stimulate, not to cure, not to stabilize. It's not a stabilizing package. It's a stimulus package. And stimulation, when it comes to economic forces, are not equal. This will help big businesses more than it helps the individual person. But I'm not saying don't take the check. I'm just saying have realistic expectations. Don't think we're out of the waters when it comes to this coronavirus pandemic. We have a lot more to deal with. I appreciate your time. Make sure you like, subscribe. Check out my old videos if you want to hear about what I said in preparation for the time that we're in now. Because yes, I did speak about this a year plus ago. And yes, it turned out to be accurate. Tell me what you think about those videos. Either way, I appreciate your time. Have a good one, guys.